Last year in summation, 12-4. First time as the #1 seed in the AFC since the mid-90s, 1995. And, yeah, there was a lot of disappointment, understandably so, after that loss to New England. But it's like we were talking about with Patrick Mahomes, a lot to be proud of.
It certainly is. And just think about your chief weapons coming back. Saw what I did there, didn't you?
Yeah, chief weapons.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill will be back. Travis Kelce will be back. Of course, Mahomes is the quarterback. The defense will need some work, though. They've got to get better against the run. Gave up way too many yards in that category. They've got to get back to their elite levels in takeaway numbers, something that's dropped off the last couple of seasons. But they're starting to make some corrections there. We'll be talking about Kansas City for years to come.
Yeah, that rush defense, 27th in the league. So through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, 74 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And it's up and good. That pushes the lead now to 15-7. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Giants set to get the football back, and they're coming off a 5-11 season. Now, look, that's an improvement from 2017, but still it's 8-24 the last 2 years. So, okay, you talked about earlier their need to get big guys up front to protect the quarterback. You got the #6 overall pick in this next year's draft. Where are you going?
You would think if you could get someone like a Quentin Nelson who went to the Colts last year, you would want to do that. But there's also a chance they can get their future quarterback with the #6 pick. So you might have to go in that direction and then come back and get the big guys later in the draft. Sitting in that #6 spot, they will have a good chance at getting one of the top quarterbacks in this year's draft.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Manning. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They do go for it. It's Manning. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy? A lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore?
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 40 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, 2nd major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pauvin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, I.B. Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know if he was representing the Oakland Raiders.
Looking for his receiver, Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now Mahomes. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on base. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins from 13 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route-running ability.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half 3-0 New England? Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, a third team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Receiver.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Zebra.
On play action, it's Manning. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain of 32 that time.
There goes 56. 27 to Sam. 27 to Sam.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
Zebra.
They'll try to pound it in with Goldman. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and for the second straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes, we thought would happen. There was that school of thought that maybe Drew Brees might walk away with the MVP since he's never won one, but Mahomes a deserving winner. How about the Offensive Rookie of the Year? Saquon Barkley with the Giants. Many thought it might be Baker Mayfield with Cleveland.
Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Darius Leonard of the Colts, and the Colts Comeback Player of the Year, Andrew Luck, and very deservedly so.
I would say that for sure, and he beat out J.J. Watt, who also would have been a deserving winner. Coach of the Year, I thought, was a close vote, or probably should have been closer to me, because I thought Anthony Lynn from the Chargers.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 12, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So after the INT, it's Manning. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Justin Houston in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. In his own end zone, it's Manning. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. To throw on third down, Manning. Justin Houston in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Now Manning. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Zebra. Look, 48. Here we go. 48 Mike. Don't get nervous, man. Zebra.
Now Manning to try again after the pick six. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Hey, go 56. 27's to Sam. 27's to Sam. Hey, go 56. 27's to Sam. 27's to Sam.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Looking for Shepard deep. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there. Manning to Shepard. 48 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than a defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Into the red zone now. Manning. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. And he's able to put it through. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being...
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Zebra.
Manning now on first down. That is caught at the 7. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Rosas good with the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Rosas now to kick this one away. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Ace! Single receiver. Man, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Slow. Here we go.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Ready! Blue 45! Blue 45! Left! Check nickel.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Throwing now is Mahomes, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. A great rookie season for Barkley, over 1,300 rushing yards, second in the NFL, 11 rushing touchdowns. Also a big asset in the passing game, 91 catches, most by a rookie in NFL history.
Yeah, second only to Christian McCaffrey in 2018, not counting the rookie status at all. How about 2,028 yards from scrimmage, which led the NFL, 15 total touchdowns. He ended up breaking 94 tackles. A lot of people said he didn't run inside. Oh, he did, and he broke those tackles and made plays downfield. And don't forget this about this guy. Those numbers would normally win Rookie of the Year going away. They'll be in a real battle with Baker.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes looking deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. He's got room to run past the 20. And he will go out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Mahomes now on first down. Caught here by Conley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to wind up and air it out. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
One final try now for Manning. He's going to take another shot here. He's got a man complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now out come the Giants. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on second down. It's Manning. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Here we go on fourth down with Manning. It's caught, Shepard. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Manning now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mahomes going to throw, and he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 30 yards there. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like.
And that's caught inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love
to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Zebra. Hey, gun. Zebra.
From his end zone, it's Manning on third and long. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And they work this out past the 25. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Gun.
And the Giants' all-time leader in passing yards and completions and touchdowns, just another connection.
No doubt about it. That's the Eli Manning we know. Pushing the ball downfield and with proficiency.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has a...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Allen Bailey able to drop him for a loss of 4. On third down, Barkley. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
Zebra.
We're back now in KC.
Regular. Zebra.
On first down, Manning. That is caught inside the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will get them one closer. Rosas now to kick this one away. The dangerous Hill now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before when you've kind of been in shutdown mode.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. B.J. Goodson coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And no, it's incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And a failure on fourth down on the other side leads immediately to a first and goal. Manning. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Justin Houston. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Manning to throw on second down. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. Rosas now to kick this one away. The return man is Hill. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Manning turns and gives this to Gallman. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Manning going to try and throw on third down. And Ingram holds it in. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 14 yards there and a first down. Now Manning. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take it on in. Front. Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, 34 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Rosas now to kick this one away. The dangerous Hill now to return. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Kill!
Mahomes going to throw it here. And going deep for Hill. This is caught. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 59 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Mahomes to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The pitch goes to Barkley. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Now Manning. Got to have this one. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Butker now to kick this one away. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
Yeah, we'll see if they go back to base. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Go 27. 27's the Sam. 27's the Sam.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. you're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.